All right. What? That's right. I guess it is. All right, we are here for some live coverage of the draft. Not the draft. I'm messing up already. Of free agency. Free agency starts in about 15 minutes, 14 minutes. And you already got some news trickling in. One of the things that I heard earlier, I got it on Shams. First of all, if you're unfamiliar, my name is Kimon, and we have Dustin here also, and we're gonna have some other people that may sprinkle in throughout. But yeah, so we just basically here for maybe an hour, just talking about what's going on, what we believe will go on. Hopefully, we'll have some trades and some shocking things that transpire within the next hour. Regardless, we're gonna be with you. What's up, Dustin?
What's up, man? I'm just looking up these free agencies right now. See who on there. Mo Bamba, Imani Bates,
Yeah,
Pat
yeah.
Beverly.
Pat Bev, I'm interested to see where he may go because I mean, he can change some things. He can't. He may not. It just
Locker
depends
room,
on where.
most definitely. Same stuff in the locker room.
Yeah, that's one. I wouldn't mind having a person like that on our team
I
because
want to see what Caldwell Pope going.
that's important. I seen someone say that he may have been linked to the Magic. It's a lot of people linked to the Magic,
Ooh.
and it's kind of confusing to me
Hmm.
because they're on the cusp of something, but I think more so than people, they need time.
Yeah.
So to see them making moves to try to speed up the process, I don't necessarily know if that's going to do it. I mean, they were in the playoffs last year, and that's important.
It,
Um,
it's it's like them and OKC. I don't want to break them up. Let them
mhm.
keep doing what they're doing and figure it out.
Well, OKC done already.
Well, Josh, we ain't talking about Josh. Josh could go. Josh plays better on NBA 2K. I was playing NBA 2K with OKC. I'm like, Josh is nice. Then I started watching a lot more games. And I'm like, Josh don't play like he do on 2K.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But even with that, they got in what's my boy name? I can't think of his name right now. Alex Caruso. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that works. But yeah, that's another person. That's another team that needs a little time, even though they were just right there. We'll
See,
see
but
what
that's
it.
a good trade because if you think about Alex Caruso, he didn't play with uh Zach Levine, he didn't play with Braun. So he got some experience to tell them in the locker room, like this is what we need to be doing.
Yeah, because he won a chip with them,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah. I think
he? Yeah.
they won the bubble, right?
Yeah.
They won the bubble chip.
I was just wondering if he was on that team, but
I
yeah,
think
he
he
was on that
did.
team.
I don't quote me on that. I just started getting deeper into basketball just this year. Just this year, I just started being deeper.
Okay. And my allegiance is to the Pelicans. I assume
Pelicans.
yours is to the Suns, right?
Yes. First foremost, I'm not speaking on nothing about the Suns because I don't want nobody to think I'm tampering. I don't think nobody feel like I got inside source. I'm not saying nothing about the Suns.
Okay. All right.
Nothing about the Suns. They be trying to get my uncle on stuff like that. My uncle be like, "Get him up out of there," and people be taking it as gold, like he
Nah.
knows something. Nah.
Oh, yeah, and I can imagine that's something I can't really ask you those questions now that
Yeah.
you bring it up because I know I know last year when I seen them get bees. Oh, what's it? Dang, I'm forgetting a lot of names. But with the new CBA, I didn't think that it was gonna last long. But
Mhm.
I've changed my stance on that. I think it'll go one more year. Um, from what I see, it looks like people are content, but they are gonna have to make some moves.
Yeah.
My my team is in the midst of making some moves, and it's interesting. Um, I've never.
Keep
You,
BI. They need to keep BI.
you think that?
Keep BI.
But do you watch much of Bi and Dejounte Murray?
I watch more BI. I've been more supportive of BI's career. Let me say that. I ain't been watching too much of Murray when he went to Atlanta. I watched him more when he was with the Spurs.
Me too. I
Yeah.
watched him more with the Spurs, and I that's how I judge a team because even though I'm an NBA fan, I watch more Pelican games. And
Yeah.
with me watching more Pelican games, I know the people that murder us. Like, just being honest, like I don't like when your family member comes into the building because it's like all of the people from here go there, and it's like, okay, I got to put on the show, and we get 50.
And that's the crazy thing. People go online, they be like, "Man, what do Devin got against the Pelicans?" I'm like, "It's not the Pelicans. It's just that's pretty much a home game for him
Yeah,
to show out for the home team, even though he's not a home team player."
yeah. So
Um, so you watch Murray go ahead and do his
yeah, I watched him more with the Spurs, and he was
okay.
one of those. I just remember when I used to watch him, he was just it was like he was just magical from the MIDI, and
Hmm.
that's kind of what Brandon is. Brandon does most of his dirty work in the mid range.
And Murray gonna
Um,
play more D.
huh?
He got a high defensive ceiling.
Yeah, he does. But when it comes to defense, I don't really think that the Pelicans need much of that
No.
because we have defense on the perimeter at least. Like we shipped out dang, I cannot remember names today, but we got Herb. We shipped out
Mhm.
whoever we shipped out to the Hawks. They play defense also, and it's like we can do things on the perimeter. So having DeJounte will mean something.
Mhm.
Um, we just got to I'm looking for us to address the center position. We need to. I mean, people talking about the guy that we just drafted, Eve Misi. Um, we'll see what that works out. But I know anytime you have a athletic big that comes into the league, it takes them some time to figure out how not to foul. So we can't
Yeah.
depend on him right now. We need him to just go out there and get better. But I'm starting to see more people say, keep BI, and I just don't know what that looks like. BI, CJ, Zion, and
And
yeah,
Murray.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what that looks.
Cause here's the thing. I feel like how you pronounce his first name?
DeJounte,
DeJounte?
yeah,
DeJounte, I'm sorry. Every time I watch him play, even with him and Trey, the little bit I watch, he needs to be a star. He needs to be the big star, the first option. That's what I feel. I feel like he got to go somewhere where he's the star player to fully see him blossom. He ain't never really got to blossom yet. He was under pop, couldn't really play his style of basketball. He picked up defense, some great defense. Then he went to a team that wasn't his team. That's Trey team.
yeah.
So, um, now you finna go to a team that's pretty much Zion team and secondary Ingram and third. Everybody loves CJ. Every time I go into the Smoothie King Arena, I see more CJ jerseys than I thought I would.
Yeah. Okay.
So I gotta, I don't know, I gotta watch and see how he gel, but hopefully they keep Ingram because he's KD-esque.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
KD-esque.
and see that I've been thinking. My boy Reg just jumped in here and said that I'm warming up to Murray. The thing about he is KDS without the 3-point, and that's
Yes.
like you need that 3-pointer in today's league. At least the threat of it, you need that, and that was the thing that really kind of made me mad with Bi because last year they changed the scheme to fit him shooting more threes and driving more. And he just didn't do it. They end up
Yeah.
abandoning it. And it's like, bro, we need you to do this. It's necessary. We got a little action though. So James Harden just re-upped with the Clippers, which is interesting because it's looking like Paul George isn't gonna be with them anymore. It's looking like he's gonna either go to the Sixers or to the Magic. So
Who, Paul George?
yeah.
I thought they were talking about Warriors or OKC.
Oh, that must be
That was a couple days ago. That could have been like a Bleacher Report little go viral post though. I didn't
okay.
go deep into that.
About an hour ago, they were talking about that he was gonna for sure meet with the Sixers and with the Magic because they were saying that he wants and I get the fight. He
Mhm.
wants a 4-year deal, a 4-year max deal. LA doesn't want to give it to him. They want to give him 3. And so he's starting to get to that point where he's teetering the line if he's going to be um if he's going to be good 4 years from now. So I get it. But he's trying to go get a 4th year secured. So
It's Maxi's up, right? Oh, Kyle Lowry up too for the Sixers.
yeah. Um
Do they keep Maxi?
oh yeah, they keeping Maxi.
They keep
So I
Maxi.
don't know what they're gonna have to go about. I don't know how they're gonna go about doing it. I think they're just gonna have to read him up. They're gonna have to pay him.
If they keep Maxi, Paul George, you're gonna have to just take whatever they get him, bro. If you want a championship,
Yeah. Now, yeah, Maxi is restricted. But I want to address this what Reg just said. I think CP3 finally goes to the Lakers. Yeah, so CP3 he just got waived. So he's a free agent. We knew that that it was kind of shaky. I don't know about this because I kind of question whether he still has something in the tank. I mean, when I see him, I see that he still shows flashes, but I mean, he didn't play much as much with Golden State last year, and I don't know. It's a lot of people that they still have something left in the tank, but the NBA is finished with them, and I don't necessarily know if we're at that point with CP3 now.
Here's the thing. This is what I think the Lakers Federation is doing. It's like this own little federation at this point. CP3, if he goes to the Lakers, they're doing the same thing like how Magic Johnson them used to do. They just sit there and mentor their players, right? You send CP3 to the Lakers, make him an honorary Laker. He's gonna hang around there. He's gonna teach Bronny. He's gonna give advice to D'Lo, which who needs some advice here and there. And I feel like they win it. They could make a run. They could make a run. Just
Yeah,
putting because he's already going on the bench. When he was with the Suns, he wanted to start. Now he's taking a back seat. Now he's like, all right, let me put my mind to work instead of put my body at risk at this point.
yeah. And someone else just said CP3 or Clay.
Clay
Clay,
gone.
yeah, he gone for sure. Which I kind of hate that for him. I know he wanted to be there for life, but yeah, he gone, and I'm
Uh,
interested to see where he bounces back to. It may be the Lakers, but it may not be. It's a lot of people that just assume that he's going to be the Lakers, but we see this every other year. So many different free agents and trade assets are linked to the Lakers, and then they end up somewhere else. So we'll see.
Clay, Clay. I said this last night when I was playing video games with my homies and them. Clay need a fresh start.
Yeah,
So
he
I'm
does.
glad I don't want him with Golden State no more. He need a fresh start. Just you know how like you had something good, but then it goes so bad, and you really want to make it work, but it's best to just like leave that relationship. They just need to leave that relationship in the past. It's done, and he just need a fresh start, a new life. My cousin said he need to cut his hair, get the low cut, get the Caesar back, get the Caesar back, and he'll be good.
Okay.
Who they said? I think I seen somewhere else that said they wanted Clay. Well, people wanted to see him go there, and I was thinking about his defense. I wasn't even thinking about his three ball. I was thinking about like how his defensive presence is still a factor.
I hadn't really seen much. I haven't paid attention to that to know what his defense is like now. I just know that the offense is shaky.
Yeah, and
Uh,
that's all mental. I keep telling people all the time his offense is he's forcing it. He's forcing his game of play. Because when they say Clay's back, it's like that's the most comfortable game you see him play. But when I see him, his worst games, it's always like the pressure's on him, the camera's on, the lights on him, the what he holds up his rings fingers. It's all that too much pressure. He just need
yeah,
to go play basketball.
yeah. Um, so Dwayne says Beard and Brody staying with the Clippers. So yeah, Russell Westbrook he picked up his option to stay there, and
Mhm.
James Harden just signed a $70 million extension.
Brody good where he at. Brody is comfortable. He happy. He come off the bench. He gonna speed up the play. Which a lot of teams, they second string, they don't know what they're doing. He actually speeds up coming off the bench.
Yeah, I this is the Clippers are interesting to me. Like, so when I look around the the league,
Mhm.
and I just remember the optimism. Like, I was talking to somebody commented on my TikTok when I was talking about Paul George, and they were saying that Paul George ain't good and ain't never really been good. And I was like, nah, he had an opportunity. I remember it was optimism. What they was
Mhm.
talking about winning a championship. There was an opportunity when he first went to LA. We
Mhm.
were thinking that they were possibly the favorites to come out of the West,
Mhm.
and we have not seen that. So I mean, when it comes to this Clipper team, it's just it's always just up in the air. Like, is
Mhm.
Kawhi gonna play? Is he not gonna play? He played more this year. And you had Kawhi, you had the beard, you had Paul George, you really had a lot of star power, but it when it came time to it, it just didn't amount to much.
The person said that they on Facebook. You need to tag me in that post because
Uh,
I want I want to debate with them on that
nah, I think it was just on TikTok.
on TikTok
Yeah.
because they ain't watch Paul George as a Indiana Pacer. First of all, he
Or
was
in
never good.
OKC. I mean, he was an
Yeah,
MVP
yeah.
in
It,
OK.
it just he couldn't. What I think that's when that playoff P started kicking in OKC, where he wasn't uh preseason summer Paul George.
You know what it is? People been playing with Paul George since Damian Lillard faded him up. It's been
That's what
cool.
it is.
It's been cool to play with his name online
Yeah.
since that happened, because that
Once
was a big
again, I
shot.
like Paul George, even though he don't like my nephew. I like Paul George.
Oh, I didn't know you used.
I'll put you in some posts. I'll put you some. It's some heat. It's some tension there. It's
Mm,
some tension there. You even in the game, which is some good games. Well, whoever Paul George played, watch Devin and Paul George. Just watch them next season. Just watch when they play. He turned up now. He turns into Indiana Pacer Paul George when he play against Devin, which
yeah,
that's good basketball. Um,
polyester. Yeah, I
Philly,
ain't never, I ain't never heard that. I
polyester
wouldn't
P
mind.
and Philly.
Yeah, I would. See, my thing about him being in Philly, and I'm just gonna be honest. We saw James Harden in Philly.
Mhm.
Is there really that much? Now they are different players, but is there that much of a difference? Like, Paul George plays different defense.
Mhm.
He's more of a team player, but I think you just get like a notch above James Harden in the overall team aspect of things. I
Cause
just
he
don't
need
know if that's
he
gonna
need
be
his
enough to get
touches.
the job done.
Paul
Yeah,
George need his touches. He gonna want that ball.
and Tyrese Maxey, he will defer when I feel
Mhm.
like he needs the ball more.
Yeah.
So, and then of course Embiid needs the ball. So I don't know, man. Yeah, you right, but let me let me not just keep uh responding and not put it up on the screen. You are 100% right. With that, he is a taller Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler just got
He
a
got that
mental
dog.
thing. Yeah, he a dog.
He a
Like,
dog. He gonna go
he-
get you whatever he need. He when we talk about that dog stuff later, but before that dog and Jim, he gonna do whatever it takes to win.
yeah,
I'm gonna pass the ball. I'm gonna go get this rebound. I'm gonna try to get a steal. I'm gonna do a smart foul. Some people don't even think about smart fouls. I'm gonna go take. They getting too much momentum. I'm gonna go do a smart foul. He just got that. He just want to win, whatever it takes.
yeah,
I don't think Paul George is that. I think Paul George is a two-way guard. He a
yeah.
great two-way guard, but I don't think he a dog in his own. But Jimmy Butler like Terminator.
You know what? I'm really surprised right now.
What?
I'm just gonna be 100% honest. A lot of times when you post, like I find myself disagreeing with the stuff that you post. We have agreed this whole time.
The whole time. It's
But
just the status is you can't make a biblical status like that long. So I just post with the first thing I say and then we go back and forward. But
yeah, like yeah, we are on the same page.
yeah,
Let me see. Let me update some stuff and see where we at. I just got it on. I got Woj up. I got Shams up because if anything happened, they're gonna be the one to break it.
he do got that Russ attitude. Yeah, Jimmy got that Russ attitude. He ain't going above the rim though, but he got that Russ attitude. Russ just wasn't playing enough defense. That's the problem with Russ. He gonna give you that attitude on the offense and go get a rebound on defense. That's about it. Who else we got? Who else we got?
Let me pull.
A lot of these just gonna be new contracts. These free agencies.
Yeah,
It's a lot of Orlando.
and I'm interested in that because I'm trying to figure out what exactly is Orlando trying to do. Klay Thompson he's discussing with the Mavericks, the Lakers, and the Clippers, and the 76ers.
The Mavericks could use him.
Yeah, the Mavericks need him. Like I'm just gonna be honest. I'm disappointed in the Mavericks. I was expecting way more than what we got out of them.
I'm not disappointed in Mavericks. I'm disappointed in Kyrie.
I'm disappointed in Kyrie too. He number one on the list. Luka went out. Well, no, I'm disappointed in Luka too. Like he went out there and performed. And this is just me. I thought we all know that Luka don't play defense. But I just thought that if there was ever a reason to play defense, it's because I'm in the finals. And so with him being in the finals, we know that he has the IQ. I just don't understand how a person can have all this IQ and know what to do on the offensive end and just don't know how to do nothing on the defensive end.
Because some players only focus on offense. Me dealing with these kids with AAU, they don't know nothing about defense. They know all offense. They know how to do step back three. They know how to Euro left hand, Euro right hand. But when it come down to stand in front of, they don't even know how to not hand check when somebody blowing by them. They want to touch. They got to touch them. They got to touch them. They getting blown by, they put their hand on them, try to stiff arm them. It's not enough defense talk, which he plays basketball the right way, but if you've been playing basketball as a dominant 12-year-old, you ain't finna worry about defense because you just finna outshoot him anyway. You just finna shoot him out. He ain't never had to play defense for real when you think about it. Since he been in a pro level since 12, 13?
Yeah.
He just had to score. This kid could score.
Well, then you know what you're right. So this summer when he goes and look himself in the mirror, because he's won championships over the season, overseas. So when he go look himself in the mirror and say that what I did over there didn't transpire to what needed to be done over here, maybe he'll on the other side of it. But I never really thought about it from that perspective. So yeah, you're right. It was just times like it was one point in time he got two defenders trailing him. He's the only person that can really get to Jaylen Brown. And all he had to do is just take away his ability to get to a spot on the floor. He didn't even have to
just one step. Just two steps over.
And
just a bump him.
And now you got your help defenders behind you, and it's like he just let them go by. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, are we serious right now?
And then it's levels to defense too, and you got to prepare for stuff like that. Just like how they label the Frenchman, I can't think his name right now, Minnesota Defensive Player of the Year,
Rudy Gobert.
Okay, he's great in the post, but he never trains how to do lateral quickness against a guard. All you had to do is sit there on Luka. You over there tap dance. You over there look like Gregory Hines, bro. All you had to do is sit. Let him blow by you and you catch him at the basket if that must be the case. You don't have to follow him. Just sit. You got the length to at least put a hand in his face if he does a sidestep. You're long enough to do a sidestep, bro.
Yeah.
But that just me just analyzing the game.
That's your defense
from working with kids. Ooh.
You there?
Kai Jones. Kai Jones up. I like Kai Jones, even though he went a little nutty on me. The dude that went a little nutty on Charlotte Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he don't
Yeah,
work.
he was like, he's better than everybody. He's better than LaMelo Ball, and they brought up his highlights, and he was actually going crazy in the highlights, not just in his room. He was actually going crazy in the highlights. He's up
Mhm.
for the Clippers. I like to see him go somewhere where he get some shine.
Yeah. Clippers decline. Yep.
Tyus Jones, he needs to go to the Suns. Bring him over. We need a point guard. We need
Ty,
a point guard. Tyus Jones, you remember them twins? One of them is a he played. What's Tyus? I think he played for the Washington.
Washington. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. He was all right. He had some. He had
he's a solid point
he had a
guard.
run up there. He had a solid point
He
guard.
remind me of Van Fleet from Toronto, but
Yeah.
he just doesn't score like Van Fleet. I just need somebody to bring the ball up the court and make some good passes for Phoenix.
Yeah. Y'all
Just,
you just need a lot of little ancillary pieces. You got the big
yes.
pieces. It's just the role players. What we at? Brian gonna get the. Y'all don't really want my thoughts on the
You
Lakers.
want to go there?
If my thoughts on the Lakers are, I I am extremely proud of LeBron, and I want people to recognize that what we're living in is a moment. The fact that somebody can command so much 20 plus years in the league to get the coach you want, to get your son on the team, all of that stuff is amazing. I don't know
Yeah.
that he gonna get them right. I don't like y'all think that they can compete for a championship. I don't really see it unless they got to make some real moves because here's my personal assessment. I know that I love LeBron right now.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen a player play like this at this age, and I think that he can contribute. He has a shot now that we never seen him having years ago. So if he can shoot and you still got to worry about him being a threat at the rim, but LeBron shows his age if you know what you're looking at. He
Yes.
shows his
Yes.
age. So the thing is that you cannot depend the Lakers don't need to depend on him being the reason you win the finals. If they get some talent around him where he can just fill in the gaps, then they can win a championship. I just don't see that.
I'm gonna say it ain't on LeBron. It's on Anthony Davis.
Yes.
It's supposed to be Anthony Davis' team. I think he constantly takes a step back for respect of LeBron. I even think LeBron be like, "Here, bro, this is your moment." I just
I've
feel like
I've said this for years, but I will say Anthony Davis was better last year. He was
yes,
better and more consistent.
he can, yes, he actually showed like I could still be dominant.
But
I
you
can
have
be
to be the
dominant.
best player on the team. You are 100% right. Anthony Davis has to know and show that he is the best player on the team.
Mm-hmm. And for the record, I feel like LeBron played better with a whole bunch of nobodies. That's the best LeBron to me. He could pick you apart with players that he know he could shoot this corner three. He could get this rebound. He could get a putback. He knows everything about every player, and I feel like that's the hidden gem that he doesn't use. He rather play with his friends, which you got the power to that. You know, I give you credit for that. But I feel like if he knows I can shoot better on the left side of the court, and he constantly give me to the left side of the court, half of the NBA is not thinking about that. That dust is on the left side. They don't know that like you like to be in the dunker spot on the right side, and he's gonna get you that ball on the right side. I feel like that's Bron's problem with his legacy. He has the power to do what he wants, and sometimes it hurt him. Even with the IQ, the shots that he supposed to take, he don't because it's actually a bad shot.
Yeah.
And he passes it, and then everybody gets mad that he passed it, but he actually made the smart play of passing it.
Yeah. Like the famous shot was like 10 years ago where he
Yeah,
passed the ball to Udonis Haslam.
yeah,
And basketball wise, he made the right decision. People just looked at him and said, "I want you to do what Kobe would do, what Michael would do." And
Listen,
it's
I
like,
take him
you're
out the
not
GOAT
wild.
category and I put him in a mastermind category. I put him over here. I stopped doing that debate now. Bron is a mastermind. He go over there.
Yeah.
He go over there. I put him over there now.
And you can definitely I don't check it. I don't check his new podcast out as
Oh,
much as I should. But when you just hear him on there speak, like
dude,
when
I'm
he breaks
taking
stuff
notes.
down, yeah, yeah,
I'm
he
learning
really
so
breaking it
much.
down.
I'm learning so many basketball terms I never heard of in my life.
I,
I
I
be
wonder,
taking notes.
I wonder are they gonna continue to do that? That's probably a wrap.
I like icing. What's icing? I like because I quit like what 10th, 11th grade. You know, high school, they don't teach you none of this. You learn all that in college. Drop down, come up. We finna run a 1-4. I ain't learned none of that. I'm learning all that now.
Mm-hmm.
So that once again, that's why I feel like Bronny's in the right position. Going there. Where's the masterminds? And if they get CP3, oh my god. Now they might. You got JJ Redick, you got CP3, and you got LeBron. They can sit down with AD and tell him, hey, bro, they need to tell him. Not sit down and be buddy, but we need to tell you you're putting up 25 shots a game.
Yeah.
You're putting up 25 shots a game. No minimum. I don't care if it's a bad night. I don't care if you tired. If you tired, pull up 20. Shoot 20. You fatigue, shoot 20.
I think like I've said this before, and people have looked at me like I was crazy. Now that one year that they won the championship, that was a different Anthony Davis, but it was also paired alongside of LeBron.
Mhm.
Um, I tell people all the time the best Anthony Davis that we saw was in New Orleans, and they look at me crazy, and it's just because they wasn't watching in New Orleans. He was the man in New Orleans, and
That man,
especially go ahead.
now his age is kind of showing, so he kind of takes a step or two out the post. But that man was way up. He was in the concession stand. He
Yeah.
he could come from the concession stand and still put up some shots.
Yeah. And see that's the thing when it comes to Anthony Davis, he has to take more of the approach of being Pelican AD opposed to
Mhm.
Lake AD.
Mhm.
If he does that, and because I mean it's easier to look at, I think he can be in awe of LeBron at times and say, man, that's LeBron.
Yeah.
And when he was in New Orleans, even though he was playing with people that I consider to be those guys also, in Rondo and Drew Holiday, but he also recognizes that I'm clearly over those guys. So that I'm the man. But now you're looking at it like, no, that's the man. No, you are the man. Like, and LeBron has told you in so many ways, like the man was willing to give you 23 to let you know that you are the man.
What if it's a mental thing though? Now that you bring that up, before Pelican AD, he wasn't getting hurt.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he was.
Now,
He was
well,
getting
you're
hurt.
right. You're right. He was young. He was young, so he was just bouncing back. He was just bouncing back faster. He
Yeah.
he could bounce back faster. Because
Yeah.
now, when you say that though, he's playing it safe. You 1-2 steps from the paint. You know, his back is to the. He had his back to the goal, but now that become more of his game compared to the younger, where he would slash more. I don't know if it's age. It could be. Hey, Brown was like, "Hey, bro, I just need you to put your back against the goal and get them buckets that way."
I tell you one big difference, which has led to him probably being a little bit more healthier in LA. In
What?
New Orleans, we don't get calls like that.
Nope.
Uh,
Y'all don't.
and because we don't get calls like that, like you gotta really like I remember being at a game once where it was probably the only one in his professional career where he got tossed out. And it's like he had finally had enough just arguing with the fact that, bruh, they are whooping me down here. So the fact, like, it's a lot easier for you to keep your body intact if I'm not getting, if the refs actually see what's going on with me.
Which I
So
hate that about the NBA. I hate that. They're like, if you're a lower tier, like really it's finance, it's money.
Mhm.
If you're the lower tier financially, we ain't gonna give you that much TV time unless not even if you playing against last year champions. You're not even gonna get TV time playing against last year champions. We're gonna put you back to back games, the most back to back games. I witnessed that with Phoenix. That's when I really started paying attention. I was like, God, dog, they got a lot of back to backs,
Uh-huh.
away game back to back. So now they got to play here, fly over here, play here, fly, and they do that to the Pelicans too.
Yeah.
A lot of back to back games,
And
no
see,
calls.
most people won't recognize stuff like that because they don't experience being a small market team. Like,
Yeah.
so Phoenix has been a small market team. I don't really put them in that category now.
No, not no
Uh,
more. Not no more.
but definitely when Devin first got there, like they had some pretty good teams at times, but they were still on that same level as us, where nobody's paying attention to them on a local, not a local scale, on a national scale, and things of that nature. And it's easier for you to rob them of stuff. So, yeah, it's difficult being a small market team, and that's one of the reasons why I wasn't mad at AD for going over there
Yeah.
for going to a place that's really going to recognize your talents, because it was a lot of times when he was on our team and I was screaming MVP. Do y'all see what this man is doing down here? And no, they didn't see it.
Mm.
And Zion is dealing with the same thing now. Last year he played 70 games, one of the most healthiest years he's had in the league, and didn't get any recognition. I think around the time that All-Star came around, we were in a decent spot, and didn't get any All-Star consideration. And
Uh,
the same thing happened to Devin.
the league is done with Zion. That's why that is. They found their new faces. Zion was supposed to be a face,
Yeah.
but when he came in, he wasn't serious, and they were like, "All right, we done with you, bro."
Mm-hmm.
That's Zion problem.
Yeah,
Now
they're
he just
done with
gotta,
you fast too.
huh?
Like, I think they done with Ja. They'll get done with you fast.
Yeah, they done with Ja. Yeah.
It looked
Ja,
like it's
they
gonna
got a
be
good.
Anthony
I
Edwards.
like their team this year though.
Who?
Ja.
The
They just
Memphis.
got Edie, the Grizzlies.
Uh-huh.
They picked up that big boy from Purdue,
Uh-huh.
which Steven Adams gone. Now you got actually a center that's going to take up space
I
and will
forgot
get you some
Steve Adams
points.
is gone.
Yep.
Mm.
Steven Adams couldn't stay healthy. That would have been a nice squad if once again Grizzlies if they would have stayed healthy. We need to address that. Too many players are hurt. I don't know if they're just out of shape. I don't know if they play too much ball. I don't know. I told my cousin the other day, I feel like it's the training. They need to do a study on resistance bands. I don't know. They need to do a study on resistance bands. Some ain't happening. Some going left with training for everybody to be hurt all the time. They blaming AAU basketball. I'm thinking something else. If Luke and them been playing since they were 12, it can't just be AAU basketball.
Yeah. I think it's a mixture of a lot of stuff. If you really want to be technical, you kind of hit on it earlier in talking about the back-to-backs and stuff like that. I think the real problem is the amount of games these guys play. Like, 82 games is a lot. And
Yes.
I do a lot of people fight back things that can possibly help it. Like, I like the in-season tournament. It's a lot of people that don't like it. They thought it was confusing, but I look at it like this was the first year. Give it some time. But the in-season tournament, that also gives them it gives them a break in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of the season.
Yeah.
It's a small break, but it gives them a break. Um, and it also is better for us because I enjoyed those. What was it, Fridays and Tuesdays?
Yeah.
It seems like I can only imagine, and this is the thing that I've always said about the Pelicans. It's hard on a night to night basis to recognize that these 82 are going to add up for playoff seeding.
Man.
But
Man, what?
it it felt better with the in season tournament at the beginning because it's like, okay, these guys are, at least you can depend on them for these 2 games out of the week to
50
watch.
games is a lot. 50 games to win is a lot. For a winning season, to have a winning season, that's a lot of games.
Like, it was, I think it was 2 years ago where like I think they were like it was like a 39 win team, in the West. And it's like the West is so weird. It's gonna be wild.
Mhm.
But this year, like literally, um, the Suns wasn't the Suns. The Suns, I think they were a 50-win team. I think New Orleans was a 49-win team.
Mhm.
And play in like that's crazy to me. I mean, this was a weird season.
Mhm.
When you look at those types of things. So like, yeah, when you pushing like that, and this was a weird season for injuries also, because this was the first year where you had to play, was it 70 or 75 games in order to be considered for all NBA and
Yeah.
awards. Yeah. So these guys that really got hurt, they not playing around and just saying, oh, I just want to miss a game. No, that's messing with their money.
Yeah.
So these guys are really hurt. So the
From
NBA, I think they're gonna continue to kind of play around with it.
from the horse's mouth. When we went to Phoenix, I'll tell you this today. We went to Phoenix. We went to 2 games. We seen them play the first one. I think they had a game on Friday. We was leaving Saturday. Devin had to sit out because he had some soreness. Devin was like, "Man, this Dustin last game. I want to go to that. I want to play." But I be telling people all the time, these players want to play. It's a select few. They just got their money. They cool. I don't want to name nobody online. It is some players out there that just be like, I'm here. I'm good. But there's a lot of players that want to play, but they're saying, "Hey, we need you to rest. We need you for the playoffs."
Yeah.
Devin, a prime example. He want to play every game. He was mad he couldn't play. I couldn't watch his last game. I said, long we win. KD went crazy. I said, long we win. Sit down. I'm good. As long as we win.
Yeah.
So I would like them to drop the numbers on how many games. They can drop them down. I'm cool with that.
They'll never do it though.
It, I already don't. I already try to catch a lot of games, and I still don't catch them all. And I just got to do a lot of recaps. But if they drop them down, I'd be cool with that. I get the full essence of people fresh, taking breaks, getting some spa therapy, chirotherapy, all the therapy they could get, mental therapy, Kai
Yeah.
Jones.
Man, this is crazy. The one year I decided to go live,
It's
like this
ghost,
is
ain't
kind
it?
of
Ghost
boring.
town.
Yeah, this kind of boring free agency.
Need the little haystack rolling across the screen.
Yeah, any other time, like soon as 6 o'clock hit, we get 20 deals. I guess I think last year, was that last year? Or it might have been a year before last. They cracked down on a lot of people. I don't know what tampering is. Like they choose when they want to call something tampering.
Dude, I was talking to somebody the other day. I don't know where I heard it from, but once again, I was talking about LeBron, and they was talking about you you have a certain value. Each player has a certain value, right? So
Uh-huh.
like if Bron wanted to go, let's say, okay, hypothetically speaking, he want to go play with his son, and Bronny got drafted to who at the bottom? Pistons. Bronny get drafted to the Pistons, and Bron gonna go play with the Pistons and take a vet minimum. They'll call that tampering because your value is nowhere near the vet minimum.
That's interesting to hear you say that, because I was just arguing with somebody the other day when I was talking about what Bron just did, and Bron, the Celtics were interested in Bronny,
What?
and
Time out, time out. Before you finish that, I can't say vet minimum. I can't say tampering. It will cause an investigation. Let's say
yeah,
that it'll cause an investigation. But go ahead.
um, but I kind of painted that exact scenario because I was Rich Paul reached out to all of the league and said if y'all draft him, he's going to play overseas.
Mhm.
And I think that he was straight up talking to Boston, which I thought was very interesting. Because I'm like, okay, well, if Bronny go to Boston and Bron say he going wherever Bronny go, like it
How
it
that
would
work?
be possible for him to go and say, "All right, just give me whatever the vet minimum is, and
Mhm.
and we gonna run it back." Now, I don't think that's gonna happen because that would be worse than his Miami move.
Mhm.
because to go from the Lakers to Boston would be crazy. But yeah, you're right. That would totally trigger an investigation.
Look. I I've been reevaluating all this whole player move, player shift and stuff, all based around this Bronny situation. I didn't change my whole narrative because I think about how parents treat their kids, right?
Uh-huh.
When you take your kid and you go put them on the team and they suck, the coach suck, the players suck, he's not developing, you're gonna go leave, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna pull your kid out, you're gonna take him somewhere else that he can get the best of his talent. The they're watching them, they're putting eyes on them, they're looking out for them, all that. Now, when we get to the league and they're adults, of course they want to win, but are they being treated right? Are they being
Yeah.
treated fairly? Then no, I'm gonna go somewhere else. The goal is to get a championship, which you want people to get it on their own, but the more time you start looking into history, they did not win the championship on their own. None of them did.
Nobody.
Nobody.
The only person that I could the only person
Come
that
on.
I could say that probably he didn't win it on his own, but he did a bulk of the work. Dwayne Wade, his first championship, he did a lot to get him there. But
Who was on that team?
you had Shaq on that team, but Shaq was hurt.
Shaq was on the downhill. Yeah, that's when
Uh,
Shaq was a nomad.
um,
He was jersey hopping.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
not quite. That was
No,
it
he
was
was
the
not jersey
beginning.
hop.
It
After
was
that, he jersey hop.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
he
after
was
that,
on
yeah.
the front end of it, yeah. But yeah, Dwayne Wade went crazy that finals. But
I give you
still,
that.
you can't do it on your own. Even he needed help because I mean, only thing he went crazy, but he was averaging 35. The last
Yeah.
time I checked, 35 and beat nobody in the NBA.
Nah, not no more. That was 35 with defense being played too.
Yeah. Um, so that's interesting. You're 100% right. I have been thinking about. I got a lot of thoughts about this whole LeBron situation. I can't lie. If I was a father, I would have did the same thing. Um, and I will say this, like, man, this whole draft, like they had that Thomas Davidson clip going around, like, who are these dudes? Like they had that clip going around because like I knew, and I'm a basketball guy. I don't watch
College.
outside the NBA. I don't watch
Yeah.
college. I try to sometimes, but I ain't gonna
It's
lie. I know
boring.
last year I watched more women's college than
Mhm.
I did men's. Like
It was
I
more
can
exciting.
yeah. So when I recognized that I didn't even know who the first round, no, who the first pick was, I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah, I don't know much about what's going on here.
See them first two picks, they out of country, so we really ain't gonna see them. You
Yeah,
got to be like a Wimby for us to
and,
hear
I
about
was
you
just
out the
finna say
country. Yeah.
that Wimby, we saw him.
Yeah, we saw him. Them other two, I mean, which I've heard they're great. I haven't watched no clips. I've read their projections and all that. They some good players and they French. So
Yeah,
both of them French. But
yeah,
yeah, college, I didn't start watching the March Madness because it's too many games on.
yeah,
It's too many McDonald All Americans go over here, and it's too many kids to follow. We could barely follow NBA players as it is. We can't watch every NBA game, so I kind of wait till March Madness, unless
yeah,
somebody just going crazy in the season, which is rare in NCAA. Which that goes back to stats when we talk about Bronny. It's hard to get a player to average 20 a game unless they're the only player on that team,
yeah.
unless they're a small school or a school that's not known for basketball, Iowa.
And I watched your clip the other day, where you were talking about, you watched him when he was in high school and all the route up to this. And I mean,
Elementary.
100% right. Like he can if you get a man time and he's in the right situation, he can end up being a serviceable player. Can he be LeBron James? I
No,
don't think so.
that's Bryce.
But even with that, like I don't think Bryce can be that. I think Bryce gonna be nice, but
Well, yeah, size wise, he can't. As they say, that's generational talent. That's something you can't teach.
yeah,
LeBron came in as he was a grown man at 16.
yeah,
He was playing against what they said he was playing against NBA's best when he was like 16, 17 in the summer.
yeah. Le- LeBron was a grown man, and he came from like he came from hunger.
Yeah.
Like Bryce and Bronny, they both been rich their whole life. They don't know anything. So I'm not saying that they can't turn around and be great basketball players, but
Mhm.
it's some stuff you learn being off the court. And I think that that can be the difference in you being a perennial all-star to being legendary. And I don't necessarily think that neither one of them can be legendary, but if you're a perennial all-star, I don't see nothing wrong with that at all.
You hit a mark. Then like I watched it was a post from Carmelo Anthony podcast when Cayenne said he could beat his dad, and he was like, skill wise, yeah, you got me on this because we wasn't doing this back in our day. We weren't doing step back, side step threes. But he was like, dude, 16 you versus 16 me, you're not beating me because I was hungry. You're
Yeah.
not beating me. I'm not going, no matter what skill you got, you not beating me. But I also give them credit and kudos to those young because they're not hungry and they're still top prospects. They're still in the top 100. To be top 100 and you coming from that, whereas
Yeah.
a lot of other legends players have their kids didn't even reach top 100. We got so many, and these great kids are able to reach top 100s, McDonald All Americans. You can't buy your way to McDonald All American.
Yeah. And anybody watching this broadcast, I don't want y'all to think that I'm crapping on these guys, because when you look at the stuff that, like, what these kids go through now opposed to what I seen coming up, like, these kids really these kids are in high school and middle school probably better than some college guys from 20 years ago. Uh,
True.
and it's just because of the training and the things that they go through and how the game is always elevated, but it's also some stuff that you miss. It's just a difference in the generations, but
Well,
I do
well,
believe what
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead.
I do believe though that you can have a great the child of a great come by and be great too. I just, it's just the mentality. A lot of
Mhm.
times it's where your mentality meets preparation. And that dog that we spoke about
Yeah,
earlier, because Carmelo back then was a dog. Like,
man.
I think don't nobody don't beat me up for this. LeBron was a grown man back then.
Mhm.
Carmelo was a dog. It's kind of a difference.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't really even know how to explain it, but it just is what it is. Like, LeBron was able to do things in, like, just kind of little boy, grown
Yeah.
men as a 16-year-old. But I remember looking at Carmelo and saying, offensively, I ain't never seen nobody do the stuff that he's doing.
Carmelo is more on the offense whereas a Kobe-esque. I can give it to you however you want it.
Yeah,
Brian is not going to show you I can give it to you however you want it. I'm gonna wait till you give me the opportunity and I'm gonna take it. Whereas
yeah,
Melo, when I see him, bro, I'm finna back you down, pull up, I'm finna come down, shoot a corner three, I'm finna come back, shoot a mid, I'm finna jab step, pull up again. Oh, I'm a jab step again, pull up, I'm a jab step, pull up, I'm a jab, then I'm gonna go to the basket like he gonna give it to you
yeah,
any way he wants to give it to you. Um, going back a little bit when you said what kids can do now compared to back in the day, I tell a lot of people all the time, it's hard to judge, but the way I judge like the past versus present is what they was doing to their defenders. Like,
yeah,
because a lot of people they be like, I be putting Magic Johnson still in my top as point guards. They be like, Magic Johnson, yeah, what he was doing at that time was revolutionary in the time. So if you take a Magic Johnson, rebirth him now as a 2,000-year-old baby, put him in training with the same evolution he was going to have, the same mind, because that takes some mind, that takes some artistry. He's going to still be Magic Johnson in 2024, doing some crazy behind the bags, some with 6'6", instead of a hook shot, it's gonna be a unstoppable sidestep pull
yeah,
up. And then when we take it another step back to the Bronny situation, he's most definitely isn't his dad athletically because of body type, but IQ wise, I feel like he is the spawn of his father IQ wise, and that wins championships.
yeah.
You can have a hooper that don't know how to play that know how to get a bucket, but can't play a lick of basketball. He ain't win no championship.
Yeah, and that means because at the end of the day, what a father wants to do is set his child up to be able to take care of himself, and that mentality alone, like we've
Mhm,
seen, like for example, I think one of the greatest minds in basketball of our generation is, well, two of them, Chris Paul, Rondo.
mhm,
You got a
mhm.
lot of those players that you looked at and say that if they chose to, they would be great coaches. So if all it takes for him to be one of those guys that understand exactly what is going on the court at all times, he may not even pan out in being a player, but if he can bounce back and be a coach because of the mind. Like
Yes,
one of the things I just realized, I did not know that Joe Mazzulla was brilliant. Like you would have to be a Boston fan to see him
yes.
on a day-to-day basis and see him just call back these plays like this, like 10 plays back to back. He just Rain Man with it.
Mhm.
So if you can be a great coach, like shoot, I mean, we
Which head coaching in the NBA is I've started paying attention because I'm like, what do you tell them? You know, allow them. They don't run plays for the most part.
yeah,
NBA, it's rare you see plays. It's rare you see zones. It's rare you see, you know what I'm saying? Mostly they call it what is it? Shell defense, where you just pretty much spacing. You just make sure you got 2 steps away from your man. You right there in the gaps, you fill in the gaps, and then you still got enough time to get to your man. So I find it kind of crazy because I'm starting to study coaching, and yes, he is a brilliant coach.
yeah. Um, but we'll see. But give Bronny some time. I see everybody talking about the
Nepotism.
situation and saying that he
Nepotism.
should be at nepotism.
Nepotism. That's all they talk about. Nepotism. Black people just learn what nepotism is. Boy, boy, boy.
uh,
Just
but yeah, what's this? They both got LeBron skills. That's what you said. Um,
yeah, Bronny got his IQ, which Bryce pretty much got it too, but Bryce got yeah, the score. He got the score, the unstoppable score vibes, which I'm still leaning toward my boy Cayenne Anthony though. I'm gonna watch this Team USA, the 17U.
yeah.
They
Uh,
got Bryce, Cayenne, they got Gilbert Arenas' son, they got the two Carlos Boozer twins.
I've never watched it, but Nat, I'm glad that I talked to you. I'm interested in watching
Yeah,
that too.
watch them. I want
Yeah,
it's one more. I can't think of one more. It's one more kid that's 17U, which was he wasn't a superstar, but he was a star player. I can't think of his name.
whatever
It's
happened to Mikey?
Mikey
You get
Williams.
back to
He's at what's it? UCF, University of Central Florida.
I know he got in that trouble. So what he? Because I thought he was the same year as Bronny.
Bronny, he
So he
was.
probably what did
He went to
1 year
Memphis,
in
and
college?
remember the court dates kept getting pushed back, so he couldn't play for Memphis with Penny Hardaway. So then he had to, so he just transferred to UCF, like middle, I think around March Madness, he transferred over there and he just showed up, but he didn't get to play with them. So
Okay,
I believe this is year that he's gonna play. I need to see who all in the class this year
they
to
say
see
2025 is going to be a stacked draft.
that
Uh,
why that's no IQ. Send your boy in early while we in this draft. Well, like you said, who is these guys?
yeah.
Smart move. Who is these guys?
um, so
But
we'll see.
they did say Mikey kind of because he's a scorer, but he's undersized.
Hmm,
I think he's like 6'1" as well, and he hasn't progressed as a playmaker facilitator.
okay.
That's what I heard.
Well, we'll see. Um, tell you what, we're not seeing nothing going on with this doggone
No, that
free agency.
timeline did. I bet you, boy.
Like the last thing we seen was the Jazz are planning to waive center Omer Yurtseven, and I'm like, I don't even know who
I
that
don't
is.
remember. I don't remember him. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't even remember him getting subbed in on 2K.
Yeah, and I'm familiar with the Jazz. I'm familiar with all the teams in our division. I ain't never heard that name.
That's why we just keep on bouncing around this draft. Just bouncing around the draft. Um,
But
let's
anywho,
see.
um, but
The trade. Mikal Bridges going to the Knicks. He just went right down the street.
So you are someone that will understand my love for Mikal Bridges. Like, I was actually hurt for the Suns. And why would I be hurt for the Suns when they're in my division? But I'm like, man, y'all couldn't figure out a way to get KD without without losing Mikal. Like, Mikal is amazing. It's like he's always that sneaky player to where Devin doing his thing and everybody's focused on Devin and Mikal get the ball finds his way in his hand and he don't miss in those moments. And so now you got him and I didn't see, I thought that he was going to do more in Brooklyn, but I'm starting to realize he's one of those players. He's a good role player. So he's not a person that you can depend on to be like the star of your team.
Mhm.
But if he's just able to just sit back and deliver a role
Mhm.
and come, like I think the Knicks might come out of the East next year.
Look,
I'm
I'm
I,
gonna story mode, story time. We in Cabo, right? Devin them just what that was. They lost. Was that the finals when they went before they traded Mikal? That was the finals, right?
I think so.
That was the finals or semifinals. They
Might have.
lost.
Let me
I
see.
don't know, but they
No,
went.
finals.
It
It
was
was
a
the
deep
finals.
run. It was a deep run. Devin going to play golf. We over there in Cabo. We eating and stuff. We eating, I mean the taco. They told him something, man. They think about trying to get KD. I said, send the whole team. I was blinded by the light. Send the whole team away. Devin and KD, just send the whole. Boy, I swear it could have been 2 versus 12. I wanted everybody gone because I thought that's all it took. I swear I thought that's all it took. But yeah, we could have kept them young. We could have kept everybody. Everybody was straight where they was. Only thing I wish is Chris Paul would came off the bench. That's it.
Yeah.
Save your energy for the playoff. Let's use your mind. What you just did for Golden State, I feel like if he would did that with the Suns, because he was playing hurt both times. I remember one time it was his thumb. I think that was the first, yeah, their first run against, yeah, when they went against the Bucks. You could see throughout that season he was dribbling the ball, and like he would all of a sudden just lose the ball, like dribbling, walk and dribble. I said, oh yeah, he hurt, just dribbling up the court.
No, I'm wrong. Before they y'all y'all lost in the second round, I believe. The only
Yeah, that
reason,
was second round. Yeah,
yeah, because
the first one was the deep run.
you just brought it back to my memory because that's when we played the Suns in the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
And
I ain't get to
and
go to that game.
And I thought we had a chance. I thought we had a chance. But that last game to close us out, Chris Paul went crazy, hurt. Like
Yeah,
14 for 14. And I'm thinking like if he gonna play like this, y'all got a shot at it. And it didn't work out. But yeah, um, man, Mikhail, I believe that they might come out the East. They might come out the East for sure.
I feel like they still kind of small. I feel like
Uh,
they still small.
but I mean, who?
I mean,
What
the
they
East
trying
really ain't got that many bigs, but
exactly. They
they
trying
might
to
have
be
to face
Boston.
Embiid.
They
If they
trying to.
face Embiid and Paul George, they not coming out the East.
That's different. Yeah, you're right.
If Paul George go over there,
But I mean, we see this happen every year where you build your team to beat the big dog, and then you
Mhm.
run into the little dog, and you didn't
Yeah,
prepare for that. So you
yeah.
100% right. If they play against them, but if they play against Boston, the thing about Boston is Boston got a lot of guards, and they got a lot of guards that can kill you. But the thing is that you got Mikal. I'm not gonna say Mikal can take one of them out of the game, but he gonna make it hard for him. And
The design factor is if OG, I get well, no, not OG. Who gonna guard Al or Porzingis on the
um,
Knicks? It's the white boy,
Hartenstein,
huh?
you got Hartenstein. Who else you got?
I think it, yeah.
Mitchell.
Okay, never mind, never mind. They can handle that because I was gonna say they're gonna have to deal with the stretch threes and all that.
And what they didn't have this year was Julius Randle.
He
Um,
need to go.
I think they're
He
gonna
don't
try to
gel
keep him.
with me. Him and Brunson don't. I don't. It don't work for me.
I think that since they got all of these pieces, I think that they can do what I think that we can do. You said that you want us to keep Bi. I think that we can start the season with Bi, and if it's not working, ship him off. So they got the luxury of being able to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Giannis brother up for free agency.
I saw that, and I hate to even say what my thought process was on that, but I was like, maybe they only got one slot in the NBA open for Nepo baby. So you,
Hey,
you, you just got Bronny in there, so it might be over with for Tanana.
this contract I'm be looking forward to. I'ma see if his brother be like, hey, bro, I got you in here now. Go ahead and go home. I
Yeah.
got it. Just I done got you in here enough. Now it's time for you to just go ahead and just
Is the
I'm
little
gonna
brother
pay you,
still in the league?
huh?
Is the little
The
brother
little
still in
brother.
the league?
I don't know. I think he.
He's
I
better
don't
than
quote me. I
Tanana.
know he was a two-way. I think he was on the Lakers and going
Yeah,
to the G. I
but
hate the G League.
he's you hate the G League?
G League don't develop nobody. You
You know,
finna go down there and dry out, bro. You go to the G League, you might well like you might well go to Australia.
yeah,
You not right now. I feel like the G League can be a dope minor basketball where we could watch it on TV. Pretty much at the level right now that WNBA is right now. The G League could get to that where we could still talk about Mac dunking on people and a couple other people that just don't make it to the draft, like the kid from NC State,
yeah,
DJ.
yeah,
Like they they just need a face of the G League. That's what they need. They need a face in the G League. Somebody that's popular, not too good to play NBA, but could kill it in the G League. That's what they need.
yeah.
They need to take a page out of Ice Cube Big Three. Ice Cube is taking cats that's going viral on TikTok and YouTube that's playing basketball. Take them, throw them in G League.
Yeah.
Take those with already got a fan base and put them on the G League.
We gotta a little action, a little bit. Some stuff that started to happen. So we said that Russ was staying with the Clippers. He picked up a player option. They said that they working on trades though. So Russ looks like he's gonna be out of LA. Um, and
Where Russ gonna go?
I did not think I do. We were just talking about the Knicks, and I brought up Hartenstein. I did
Mhm.
not. I didn't realize that he was a free agent.
Yeah, he
Yeah. So OKC is 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 about to meet with him.
ooh, you put him up there with Chet? Oh yeah, y'all ain't getting nothing in there. You ain't getting nothing in there with him and Chet.
That is interesting. I don't think the Knicks would allow that to happen. It looks like they're trying to make some moves
Mhm.
to be able to still keep him. Um, but we'll see. That might end up leading to what you were saying. Julius getting traded. If you want to keep him that much, and you don't see, I mean, you trying to get some cap room. I'm pretty sure that's some money because they paid him a lot of money um, when they signed him. So we'll see.
Who else? Prime example. G League. JD Davison. I seen him on the bench. He got his ring with the Celtics though. I seen him on the bench in street clothes.
Hmm.
DeMar DeRozan, he just gonna get a bigger bag.
I was interested to see, and we ain't heard a word about him. Like I don't think he's staying in Chicago.
You don't
Uh,
think?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that
Who
Chicago,
can afford him?
huh?
Who can afford him?
I think they finna let him know that you're not worth what you think you're worth.
Ooh.
So what what do you want to take? So he either
Mm,
gonna go get the most money that he can make, or he gonna look at it and say, okay, I want to win a championship, so I'm gonna go take the low over here. Um,
mm.
because I think Chicago. I think that they expected to be better in the last couple of years and did not meet expectations. So um, I think they may be trying to get rid of him. Wouldn't I? I think they wanted to get rid of what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. The light skinned boy.
Levine?
Yeah, I think they wanted to get rid of him, but they couldn't. Like they can't get nobody to take his contract. Gave him too much money.
Mm.
So we'll see. I know Lonzo. I think Lonzo is a free agent. Um,
He
and
a
I
free
don't
agent?
think, yeah, I don't think they're gonna, take another chance on him because when they got Lonzo from us, I think they thought that it would be more, and he's been hurt the whole time. So
Just when I seen my boy touch the rim, bro. I just seen him jump and touch the rim.
yeah,
God dog, Lonzo.
and I hate it for him. I think this is gonna be one of them situations where people wonder if he's damaged goods, and somebody might give him a chance.
Is
Uh,
it genetics? I'm gonna be real. Is it genetics?
maybe because I mean his brother always hurt too.
Mm-mm-mm.
The big baller genes.
Big boy. Hey, boy, I ain't gonna say hate. Hate a strong word. I extremely dislike they daddy, boy. That dude's get on my nerves on the TV.
I,
I, I had mixed feelings about him the whole
I have
time.
mixed feelings. That's what I was gonna say. I can't say that I hate him. I I,
I,
I enjoy a good laugh, and he
I
provides.
enjoyed the laugh. I hated the. I enjoyed the laugh. I love him as a person. I just hated the blatant lies just to put the spot on the kids, bro. Like we know we know you not better than Jordan. Stop that.
Yeah, he said, but
Stop that.
I bust
But
Jordan
in
right
his
now.
eyes, it's like he believes it. He in his eyes, he look like he believe it.
But in order to be an athlete on a high level, you gotta have a certain level of like delusion.
Look, as an athlete, you take all challenges. Like you put dude say like you better than LeBron. What am I supposed to say? Nah, but every dog got his day. That's what you tell them.
Hmm.
I'm gonna play LeBron. If we gotta play, I'm gonna play LeBron. I'm gonna play the best that I can. Now, if he just got a bad day, he broke his toe. I'm gonna take advantage.
Yeah.
But he was through the roof with it. All three of his boys playing on the Lakers. These the best kids you ever gonna see. Sometimes you gotta be realistic. We seen what your kids were doing, which was crazy at a prep school, but you pretty much you had that coaching chokehold to let them boys sit there and score 100 points.
I ain't gonna lie. When I seen LaMelo stop that boy at half court, and then pop that shot, I'm like,
Oh,
what is
talking from half court, yeah, that was
yeah,
crazy.
what like I was amazed, but I'm like, why is this happening in high school basketball? Like when I was in high school, if somebody did that, they get snatched out the game.
Yes, yes, yes.
um,
He actually surprised me though. I thought the oldest was the best brother, the
mhm.
best ball brother. I still feel like he's the better IQ wise, but Melo actually prevailed talent wise. He
I
proved me wrong.
I seen Lonzo because he was in New Orleans, and
Mhm.
and I IQ wise, Lonzo is amazing. As far as his court vision, he gonna put the ball where it need to be.
Yeah.
And then he came down and worked with Fred Vincent and got his shot fixed.
Mhm.
So I mean, if somebody take a chance on him, if his body's right, he's gonna be all right. But yeah,
Yeah.
Lamelo is the better ball.
Yeah. Lonzo the better the true point guard. That's why I gotta call him nowadays. True point guard.
Yeah,
The true school point guard.
and I hate to say it, but the true point guard is kind of dead.
It, it, it it's dead in the sense that you got to outscore to keep it alive. Like Halliburton. Halliburton is a true point guard.
You're right. You're right.
He's a true point guard. That's what I was telling somebody the other day. I said Halliburton, if he goes 20 for 20, that's like dropping 70, 80 point game.
Yeah.
If he do 20 points, 20 assists, if he do 20 and 10, that's nowadays that's like going for like 45.
And honestly, I'd rather have that on my team, someone that can do it all. But
Mhm.
growing up, seeing somebody like Rondo who might go out there and get you 10 points, but liable to go out there and get you assists.
That,
That's dead. That's not happening.
yeah, it ain't
And
happening no more.
yeah,
Cause you finna get out the league. They finna get you out of there.
yeah,
They gonna clap for you.
yeah,
The GM and stuff gonna clap for you. But when it's time for that contract come up right now, this time of year,
yeah,
oh no, buddy. What did you do?
yeah.
Hockey assists? Oh, we don't count those. We don't count you passing the ball over here to pass it over there for a point. Which they talking about trying to add that in there. It might be some years though. The hockey assist, that would be good.
I've been
That will
wanting
bring
that to be in
basketball
there for
back,
years. I've been
huh?
wanting that to be. I've been wanting the hockey assist to be in there for years because to me, I think sometimes the initiation of the hockey assist is more important than the assist.
If they add a hockey assist, they need to add a play some for a tip,
Hmm.
whether it's a steal or a tip rebound.
Uh-huh.
Cats don't get credit for that. If I tip it and then you grab it, why
Yeah.
don't I get half?
Yeah.
If
Nah,
I
I
poke
never
the
thought about
ball
that
and then
as the same
you and
thing.
you go get dunk it, you got the steal and the dunk. What did I get?
Yeah.
So if they do the hockey assist, they need to do something for a tip steal and a tip rebound.
I understand why they don't do it though, because how do you go back and retroactively put that into old player stats?
You can't.
You
That's
can't.
just what they say. We done with the 90s. They that's what they got. You just have to do a different new stat. Hockey assist. Just
Yeah.
go ahead straight up that poke steals, tip rebound.
Well, um,
Cause, Cause you still get to add in the rebound that the player was gonna get this year. Like if it was this year, if I tip and you grab it, that's your rebound. That counts into your legacy. So why can't I get the tip? Let me get the tip.
yeah, yeah. And I've been an advocate for the hockey assist, but I never even thought about the tip. You're 100% right. I put you in position. It's the same thing as the
Yep.
hockey assist. But
I just
yeah,
thought about that. Yeah, I'm glad we had the conversation because that's something I'm adding to my debate right there. That hockey assist and that tip.
yeah. And I'm glad we had this conversation too. I was actually about to wrap it up because I mean it's been good. I didn't even get the opportunity to go to my questions. It just kind of was natural because
Yeah.
ain't nothing happened. So
Ain't nothing happen. I was trying to keep hey, whoever was watching, I was just trying to keep it alive.
yeah. So
And we're gonna
I
see what
what
the
time?
Tupo brother gonna do.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been on here over an hour and 15 minutes, so I don't want to hold you up too long. But I guarantee you, the moment we get out, that's when all the stuff gonna happen. We
Yep.
ain't getting one trade. Like I'm just thinking that we was gonna get a trade, some free agency stuff go on.
Nah,
I thought
I'm
that,
finna tell you what's gonna happen. It's gonna be some dirty stuff that's gonna happen at 1 o'clock in the morning. That's what's gonna happen.
yeah,
Gonna be
yeah,
some
yeah.
dirty plays gonna happen right when we go to sleep.
But I'm not mad at it though because every year it seems like the league finds somebody to pick on for
Yeah,
tampering, and so it seems like people just trying to dot all their i's and cross all their t's. But yeah, it is what it is.
it's a lot
But
of money going on. A lot of money going on in the league.
but I definitely appreciate you jumping in and talking to me.
No problem, bro. As my
And
as my knowledge of basketball starts expanding, we're getting to hear more, and I can feel more comfortable voicing my opinion on stuff.
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the WNBA. Like
Hmm.
I talk about what I watch.
Hmm.
Um, we said it earlier. I last year for like the last 2 years, I have not watched NCAA men's, but I've watched NCAA women. So,
Hmm.
and every other year I try to get into the WNBA, but as you get older, it's harder to sit back and watch all of these games. But
Hmm.
I've enjoyed it this year.
Yeah.
But can't lie. Angel Reese is what brought me into it from LSU. So and I'm interested in the Caitlin Clark
Hmm.
saga also. So it's the new talent that's brought me in. But as I learn a little bit more
They
about
just
the
beat
league,
the
that's what
Mercury too.
about. Yeah,
They
I
just beat the Mercury. Nah, I'm gritting my teeth. I'm like, dang it, Diana. This was your one. This your one. You supposed to go 30 on.
it if I can be real, and it say it's 90 people in here. It might be over on YouTube. But I know the Facebook people are the ones that be mad at me for saying this, but
Uh
I'm
oh.
glad it kind of happened because the hate train that I
Mhm.
saw on Caitlin Clark. DT was one of the first people that I I saw to actually push
Mhm.
it. So
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
that it was only from what I saw, it was only 14 seconds left and it was like a 1 point game.
Mhm.
83, 82. It might have ended
Mhm.
like that, but yeah, I was a little part of me was kind of like I'm glad that she beat this team.
Yeah. 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 I was kind of hot. I was like, dang, Diana. Angel Reese, the uh the Lynx stopped her double spree, so
Oh,
she's got 9. They lost to the Lynx.
no, she got
Yep.
I saw something on ESPN earlier that said she got 10 in a row.
I thought it was 9. She got 10? Oh, she
Yeah.
do got 10. That just stops it though. She got 10
Oh,
and that's
okay.
it.
Oh man, I was just about to
Yeah,
make.
they wouldn't let her get the ball in the paint. I watched the third and fourth quarter of that. I forgot it was on. I can't think of her name. Number 24 for the Lynx. She was she's their star player. She was not letting Angel get that ball. She
That's
was
how.
not getting a double on her. Huh?
Like, yeah. We finna
Yeah.
put a stop to that. I
Yeah.
I like that. That's what basketball is. Even though I wanted to keep going, but I like for somebody to come
And they
in and
said the
say
Lynx
not
is the
today.
best defensive team in the W right now. So
That's
that makes sense.
and the other day they played Las Vegas,
Hmm.
and Las Vegas won the championship last year, and they loaded. But
They
it
struggling a
was,
little bit. They in the middle right now. They was going crazy earlier this season, but they kind of in the middle. I
I
think they're
think
gonna still.
I think they on a 4 game win streak though, or 4 or 5 games win streak. It was just good to see them.
Mhm.
They got beat by 10 points.
Yeah.
So I like to see that barometer. But anywho, yeah, as I get better knowledge of the W, then I start talking about the W like I
Yeah.
talk about the NBA. But I've been
I
watching.
know Cardoso better go crazy because I'm finna take my jersey back.
Oh, oh,
I'm
you.
finna go get me an Angel Reese jersey at this point.
I need to order mine. I need to order an Angel Reese jersey.
That's what I'm finna do.
Yeah.
I'm about to send Cardoso back because she ain't doing too much nothing.
uh, yeah, but yeah, again, appreciate it, bro, for
No
jumping in.
problem, bro.
And appreciate y'all for locking in with us and commenting and all that good stuff. And as far as terms and conditions, we back tomorrow, so I'll see y'all live tomorrow. And outside of that, y'all have a good one.
All right, peace, y'all.